Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm ready to win. Yeah, refuse. Bond it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. I sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, keep on running. Toes, they gon' take them. Used to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out. I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I felt it in.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan, man. I'm so excited about today. It's panel week. Well, panel month. All right, the whole month for real. We're going to do different panels of NFL teams. And we got to talk about the most anticipated season out of all the teams in our group chats. Obviously, is the Washington Commanders. I got two of my bros with me. I got two of my bros with me. I got my man Mike and Mark. Not Eminem, y'all, but I got these two here. How y'all doing, fellas?
How you doing, Joe?
What's going on, Joe?
Y'all ready?
You ready?
Always.
Let's get it. All right, y'all. So look, before we get started, because we got to talk about the offseason. Damn, how? We got to get some predictions on the schedule. But before we do that, make sure y'all like this video on 3 platforms. We got Twitter, Facebook, and our partners, YouTube. Shout out to YouTube for making us partners. Hey, like Tomo says, the money resides here on YouTube. So shout out to YouTube. So make sure y'all like the video on all 3 platforms. Share this video on all 3 platforms. Subscribe and follow on all 3 platforms if you haven't done it yet. Also, use that comment section. We already know they're going to be in the comments crazy. Look, it's like we already know, right?
Already.
we know. We expect this to happen. So use that comment section. I'm gonna try my best not to look at y'all comments like I did last year. All right. So make sure y'all hit that comment section. Hey, we appreciate all the comments that come through. We're gonna put them on the screen. Any super chats that come through, I will talk about that later. They will get bumped up to the front of the line. All right. So shout out to anybody that those are super chat. And then look, y'all, we got Instagram chats, man. Like these shows get fueled by the Instagram chats, man. Like we had these conversations. Like this panel has been talked about all summer so far, and now the time is here. So look, y'all, we have an Instagram chat for almost every sport. As you can see on the screen, NBA, WNBA, NFL, women's basketball, men's basketball, as far as college. All right, you got MLB, got NCAA football, UFC, WWE, boxing. Most of all the sports, look on the screen, you can see them. In each chat, we do a lot of debates. We update you guys with news. Before Bleach Report, before ESPN, before any of these apps you get it first through one of these chats, all right? So to get in these chats, though, something you got to do. You got to become a member, man. Like I said, we are now monetized with YouTube. We have memberships, all right? But before I get to that, Mark, let's talk to some people. I know you part of the chat. You are, I would say, public enemy number 1 in the NFL chat, all right? So let's talk about these Instagram chats that we got going on.
Hashtag Mark Madness. Hashtag Silence Mark 2023. So we they want me to shut up. You know, they want to keep me out of the loop because I'm too right all the time. So it's, you know, hashtag Mark always right. But
Stop the cap.
And the chats, man, this everything get viewed from the chats. It'll come from anything, the smallest post to anything, and like out of nowhere, boom, it's a debate. And then out of nowhere, it's 3 debates going on in one debate. And then I feel like we get the best debate, and then we put it on the show. So yeah, it's always news. You get the news first, and I really mean it first. If you heard it from Bleacher Report first, it's late. So I mean, we done already did it. We knew about it 10 minutes prior. So join these chats, get involved. Let's get it.
Let's get it. And look, like I said, to get into these chats, you gotta click the link on the description, or if you're watching it on your computer, whatever, next to that subscribe button, click join. All right. And we have 3 different tiers. Tier number 1. To be in tier number 1 is a pro level, and the pro level is $2.99 a month. All right. The coffee I paid for this morning is actually more than that. All right. So $2.99 a month for the pro level, and with the pro level, you get loyalty badges. As you can see, we customize it and etc. Right. I'm gonna talk more about that on the back end of the show. The second level we have is the all-star level. All right. And y'all like the names because we know this is a sports channel, right? Pro level, all-star level is a different level. $4.99 a month, y'all. And the all-star level is kind of the first special level. We do member-only videos, right? You can actually be a part of that. If you come on our page, you can actually see that first thing, right? But I will talk more about the rest of the perks. But the last one we have is a superstar level. Superstar level is $9.99 a month. Hey, that superstar level, you can actually come on the show, y'all. You can come on the show. But like I said, there's more perks that comes with that superstar level that we will attack later on in the show. And I just want to give a quick shout out. Okay, hold up. Hold up. Hold up. There we go. You know, let me get these comments out of my face. Shout out to Cardo. Hey, listen, I get it. You know, I kind of anticipated this was going to happen. Somebody's going to throw a super chat of another NFC East opponent. I understand. But I'm going to give you a shout out anyway, Cardo. Hey, Cardo with the $1.99 super chat. Let's go, R2L. Refuse to lose. Hashtag Cowboy Nation. Hashtag that he thinks they run the East. All right. So great job. Shout out. Appreciate you. All right. And look, guys. I got to talk about the other shows real quick. Quickly talk about this. First off, shout out to BWT. Baseball with Teddy. All baseball content comes through this, right? This is not a Refuse to Lose, not a show, it's a network. Shout out to Teddy. The next show we got in CTC, Carl Talking College. Matter of fact, an episode of BWT came out today. Make sure you go check that out. An episode of CTC came out live on Saturday. Another one will be coming out tomorrow live. So make sure y'all go check Carl's show, Carl Talking College. Shout out to him. And last but not least, the last show we just put out, right? Fantasy football with Coons, Coach Coons, right? If you are FFC, you are a diehard fantasy fan, tune into this show. He got another episode. He's going to be dropping either tomorrow or Wednesday. You got to stay tuned for all 3 of those shows. Shout out to them. And last but not least, finally, let's talk about the show. All right, enjoy the rest of the show. So look, Mike, I know Mark threw the caveat, you know, him going first, but he kind of dipped out on you, all right? So he's going to make you go first, all right? So look, we got the off season. We got to start off and talk about the off season. A lot happened, all right? Oh, Mark is back. A lot has happened this off season with the Commanders, right? So we're gonna let Mark kick this one off. So we all gonna give a letter grade of this year's off season. So Mark, kick us off. What grade will you give the Commanders for this off season?
I will give the Commanders a grade of an A- this off season.
Hold up. It's coming early. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Commander fans, I need you to send more super chats. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to other Cardo. The first one was a Cardo Cowboy fan. This is a Cardo Commander fan. All right. So look, $2 super chat. Y'all saw what he did, right? Cowboys did $1.99. My man said, I'm gonna throw $2 out there. He threw an extra penny out there for you. One up though. Stand down Philly and Dallas. My man, shout out to Cardo. $2 super chat. All right, go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, like I was saying, I'm gonna give the Commanders an A- this offseason. Biggest reason, the biggest signing or the biggest thing that they did this offseason was re-sign Deron Payne. And I think, I know I've been saying this in the chat for a long time. That's the number one thing that we need to do before we go after any free agent, before we go after anybody else. We need to re-sign Deron Payne. He was literally the best defender we had last season, like consistently all season. So that there plus just retaining the people that we had, because we know third overall defense. You don't really want to let big pieces go. So it's just another year in the scheme to get better. And offensive wise, we did a good thing, and with the draft, I really love the way we drafted defense and offense. And using what we got in house, just like Ron Rivera say every Sunday, everything we need to win, everything we need to get the best out of the season is already here. And I'm glad he is really living by what he's talking about. So I'm gonna give them an A-. for this offseason.
Hey, Mike.
All right, it's on me. First off, let me give me a little sip in my got to rep the old Redskins, so let me get a little sip of that. All right, for me, I probably want to give it so high of an A minus. I'm towards a B, maybe a B minus. Yeah, of course. I mean, that was a big sign of getting Deron Payne back. That was a definite plus, especially to that D line. Not to mention going into the season top three in the league this season. So definitely a big plus. But picking up Jacoby Brissett was actually a big plus. Bringing in a vet after what he did in Cleveland this past season, just to help on the quarterback side, because that's a big thing going into this season. You know, that was a big question mark, as in, you know, we're going to rock with what Sam Howell's going to do moving forward. But definitely, you know, that was a plus picking up Jacoby Brissett. They also added a little bit of depth to the O-line. You know, the O-line definitely struggled this past season, mainly on pass protection. So picking up, I think his name was Andrew Willie. That was a big plus. And on the defensive side, getting Emmanuel Forbes. And I didn't expect them to go with him in the draft. That definitely helped out the secondary. So, I mean, overall, it was more of a quiet draft. It wasn't like some like big names that was coming out of the free agency or the draft. But they added pieces to, you know, an area that they lacked in the past season. So it's a step in the right direction. So that's why I'm giving it a B. You know, it wasn't like I said, it wasn't too, you know, they didn't make a lot of noise, but it was definitely in the right direction.
Okay. All right. So Mark A and Mike, you got a B. So look, I would say B minus. All right, B minus. And I'm leaning towards an A for one reason. I know y'all name all, you know, the moves. You said Deron Payne, right? You mentioned the draft we had. But you gotta think about it. If we would have made all these moves with the same owner, it would have been the same results. All right. So the fact that we got a new owner, I think is a huge deal. And not just new owners. We talking about owners that have success in other sports. I mean, one of them was an athlete, 5-time NBA champion. And then 2 of them grew up here. So they are diehard fans who have success in this field. Also, we deserve a B minus or A because, I mean, the best, you know, so potential dynasty right now, who? Kansas City Chiefs. The number one offense last 5 years, who? Kansas City Chiefs. And who did we get last year? From last year? They offensive coordinator, Errol.
Turn me
right?
up.
Okay. There we go. That's some positivity right there. But that, like, just all that, we deserve a B minus, at least a B minus, because that just tell you going forward, we're gonna do some good things. All right. Definitely. But far as, you know, our actual moves, like you said, you know, I like the draft. Our first 2 draft picks address the defensive backs because we feel like we got an all-star front four. I mean, Chase Young coming back. I mean, is that an off-season move? He's healthy now, right? He's coming back, right? And then I believe our cornerbacks, you know, improve. Our defensive backs improved as the season went on. Defoe improved as the season went on. Karen Curl is on the lineup. Karen Curl is sounding really good as training camp too, by the way, right? And then you got Benjamin St. Juice that got better. And then on top of that, our first 2 picks address the defensive backs. So I thought what it did was just buffer our defense even more. I thought it was good. Bringing in Andrew Wiley to hold with the offensive line, right? The offensive line that's fairly new. You know, a lot of new pieces in the offensive line, but he knows the system. So I think that, yeah, I would say a B minus, but mainly because of the ownership and the offensive coordinator.
If you look at what we did in the beginning of the year last year, defensive-wise, run defense wasn't the issue. It was always the big pass plays. Correct. We had 2 different we drafted 2 different cornerbacks. I mean, a cornerback and a safety, which addressed the issues what we had when the other players was injured. So it's because the players that did play didn't step up as much as they should have, but we replaced those positions and got better in those positions. So we got depth as well. So yeah, ownership, new offensive coordinator. That's a A-man.
Another one. Let's go.
Here we go.
Okay, shout out to Ty. Shout out to Top. Being a member for a month. Shout out to R2L. Hashtag Snyder would never. You're right. He would never. And hashtag Silence Mark 2023. Keep that hashtag up, y'all. Keep it up.
Keep it up. Like it.
Definitely keep it up.
Shout out to Top for being a member for a month, though. Appreciate that, man. But look, also, I like the Cody Barton move, too. We picked up Cody Barton from the Seahawks last year, linebacker.
Big plus.
Yeah, big plus, you know.
Right now, the linebacker struggle. The linebacker struggle. I mean, not taking anything from Jamin Davis, but that guy need help. They need help. He need help. He need help.
Yeah, man. His off the court, all the field issues that he got going on right now is kind of like irritate me for real. All right. So you know, and then also I know one of y'all mentioned Jacoby Brissett. Mm-hmm. That's an underrated move. I remember when we first signed him, everybody kept saying, "Oh, he gonna start. Why we got to pay a backup that much?" I think they are fast tracking Sam Howell. Fast tracking him.
Yeah.
You know, you got Eric Bieniemy, who knows what a good quarterback looks like. Patrick Mahomes. He spent 5 years with Patrick Mahomes. And on top of that, you bring in this veteran to fast track everything, to teach. If you watch any footage about training camp or OTAs of Jacoby Brissett, all he's doing is coaching Sam Howell like the whole time. Like he just talking to Sam Howell.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, that's all he's doing. So
they didn't want to be offensive coordinator when he retired. So I mean, that's how you start. You know,
I mean, the man was behind Tom Brady. I'm pretty sure he learned a lot. You know, so
yeah, he's behind a lot. Yeah.
So he's a man. Ron Rivera did a good job, I thought, this all season. Yeah. The only thing that I don't like is two things I don't like. That I'm not gonna say I don't like. I wish we would have addressed it more, but you can't address everything, right? Number one, we addressed it, but I thought we could have did better. The offensive line. I thought we could have did better with the offensive line. It's still some people out there we could possibly try to get, but he like where we at, you know. So offensive line is something that I'm a little concerned about, which is a big concern. And I know Commander fans are big on our tight ends, but they all injury prone, man. Like
can't stay healthy.
Logan Thomas hurt again. Like
oh my gosh.
He's hurt again. And then so that's the only thing. And then I'm worried about. I'm not really worried about a tight end position, but the offensive line, I'm a little worried about it because I think it would cause a slow start, if that makes sense. So,
well, I don't know if y'all paid attention more in the training camp. One particular incident is that they're able to establish the run a lot better with the O-line, but they're having a hard time protecting Sam Howell. He's not getting enough time, which is scaring me and a worry because a lot of the NFC East has
they built.
So that's gonna be a question. Like, man, like that's not good. Not hearing that. Like, we got to be able to push that ball down the field. But the flip side to it is the fact that our D line is able to generate that kind of pressure. Is saying a lot, you know, about where we're going moving forward with the defense.
We got Chase back, man.
Man.
And people don't realize, like, I know he started off slow the year before he got injured and everything like that. And I know he had 2 sacks. I mean, he had 2 sacks before he went down. But sacks don't tell the whole story about that position. He was still had tackles for losses. He was good in the run stopping. So I mean, like, and he played a little bit of, like, you know, defense. Like, he had to go out to the swing, and, you know, he was good on sniffing screens out. So I mean, sacks wasn't the only thing that, you know, defined Chase Young. And this year, I think him being 100% healthy, working with Von Miller and Aaron Donald and everybody, I think he is really going to make a push for, like, defensive player of the year. Like, I think he's going for that sack.
Cap.
Well, the thing, hopefully he developed his game over the time because my issue with him was he only had literally one move, just coming off that speed rush. Yeah, and what was it doing? It was blowing him out of the play. He was taking himself out the play. So I mean, like, hopefully he got his mechanics together. You know, I hate to use one of the Cowboys players, but I need to see him like a Micah Parsons. Like, if I get him on the edge rush, you know, that'll be a plus. But, you know, we'll see.
He has been working with his hands a lot, so that's what I really think that's going to really develop his game a lot.
Hey, look.
We already did this bet in the chat.
this
We
fight,
made a bet in the chat already. Like it was between like I think it was me, Kevin, and Javon. One of them three bet that one of us going to get the defensive player of the year. I really did throw Chase out there, so I really think he's on a mission this year.
Yeah.
and for those who wondering, there's a cowboy in the studio that's actually doing the producing. That's why the sound effects are being the way they are. But Mark, I know you threw that comment out. Chase for defensive player of the year. Everybody in camp saying that Chase looking like a defensive player of the year candidate, but Chase not saying it. See, he came out the second year. Oh yeah, we're gonna get this many sacks. Him and Jonathan,
Right.
it was counting sacks. So, but now they all humble. They all like, we're not gonna put no ceiling on what we do. We're gonna just go out there and show y'all what's up. And then, like you said, the fact that first of all, we all know training camp defense got the advantage. Number one, you playing the same group of guys every single day. Eventually, they're gonna memorize the plays. They're gonna know what you're gonna do. All right. And number two, when the pads are not fully on, like defense got the advantage. This is how it is. But this is good though. The fact, like, our offensive line, we gotta realize we already feel like it's a weakness to the D line, but it's a new offensive line too. We got new pieces in this offensive line, and with offensive linemen, they gotta build chemistry. You know what I mean? They gotta build some type of chemistry. So that's why I think we could have we could potentially have a slow start because of that. So yeah, but we ain't trading Chase Young, man. We keeping him. And the last one, contract years: Chase Young, Cam Curl gotta get paid. Montez Sweat gotta get paid. Man, these dudes motivated.
Right.
We saw what happened with Jonathan Allen in this situation. What happened? We saw Deron Payne last year. All right, so look, let's move on to our next topic. So our next topic is going to be centered focused on Sam Howell. All right, Sam Howell is the biggest question mark. I know we mentioned offensive line, but he is literally the biggest question mark of our whole team. And he's playing the most valuable position of our whole team. In that same position, we've been playing musical chairs with this position for years now. All right, so we got to talk about our expectations for Sam Howell. So, Mike, you're going to kick us off on this one.
Okay.
What are your expectations for Sam Howell this year?
Well, I mean, after that, the last game of the season against the Cowboys, not to mention we did get that dub. I mean, it just showed, all right, I have a high expectation for him moving on this season just because of what he did, in that last game of the season. And quite frankly, I mean, I know it wasn't like a spectacular game like a Tom Brady or, a Patrick Mahomes kind of game, but he did enough to able to secure the win. So, I mean, one thing I like about him, even dating back to North Carolina, I mean, the guy he got a cannon. The boy can throw. And he's not afraid to throw it. Also, he's not afraid to take a hit and dish out a hit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, just moving forward, it's no going back or regressing back. I mean, worst case scenario, that's where we got Jacoby Brissett to come in. I mean, but it all rides on Sam Howell and what he does in these next couple games moving forward. So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, man. So, like, Sam Howell, all right, I have mixed feelings about Sam Howell. Now, this is what I know. I know that like you said, Mike, he's talented. He can make every throw. All right. I seen him in college. I went back and watched him in college, and he showed me that he could make the difficult throws.
Mm-hmm.
He can make the deep ball throw. Right. He makes good decisions. There wasn't a lot of times I watched him in college and I was like, "Oh, what are you doing?" There wasn't a lot, times I saw that. I know he's a dual threat. So not only he can throw the ball. I mean, his first year, he didn't really show his running ability in college. And then once he lost all his weapons, he showed us he had legs. Like, oh, snap, he can run too. So we know that. What I also know is this. I know that, or I don't know. I feel like Sam Howell is that type of quarterback that in the beginning of his NFL career, because he has a talent, right? But in the beginning of his NFL career, he needs to be in a good situation. Yeah. All right. He need to grow in a good situation. We talked about the offensive line, but I still think he's in a good situation. I mean, you look at our team. We got Eric Bieniemy. Let's start there. First of all, he got the defense to back him up. Any young quarterback loves a good defense. All right, it's not a lot of pressure on them to carry that team. So Sam Howell won't be pressured to carry us. You got Eric Bieniemy, Super Bowl champ, offensive coordinator for that Super Bowl team, who's also got to prove himself too. I'm gonna circle back around Eric Bieniemy, but look at the team we got offensively though, the weapons we got. I mean, the 49ers were called a yak team last year. I think we're gonna have a spot in that conversation.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, like Terry McLaurin, with the ball in his hands, he can do a lot. Jahan Dawson returned punts in college. He's actually returned the punts in training camp too. All right, so he's good with the ball in his hands. Curtis Samuel, we know what he can do with the ball in his hand. De'Ami Brown's a speedster, all right? Mm-hmm. Then you got Brian Robinson, who's showing off his catching ability in training camp. And it's, do I got to say much about Antonio Gibson? I know Tomo in the background with the comments, with the producer, but he was calling him the Cowboy Killer, all right, that 1 year in 2020. All right, 5 touchdowns, I think, against the Cowboys that year. So we got weapons, and Eric Bieniemy with the West Coast offense, you know, that's a lot of quick throws, and it can do a lot of the read option, all that stuff, right? RPO. So I think that he's in a good situation to succeed and to have a good season. Now, my expectations for him, I think his floor this year, right? It's kind of like, okay, I don't think he's gonna be bad. I think he could be good. Can't think of an example, right? I would say like a Baker Mayfield-ish type quarterback this year. I can see that. All right. And then his ceiling, I don't see him wowing people saying like, oh my God, he's a top 3 quarterback, but he could potentially have numbers for top 8, top 7 quarterback, the numbers, because of the weapons we got, a lot of yak yards and stuff like that. So I think he'll have a good year. Because he won't be asked to carry us. Now, he will have to make key throws and key moments in the fourth quarter and stuff like that. But I think he can do that. He showed that in college too.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's going to be really good. I even had to go back. I wasn't really a big Sam Howell fan when we drafted him. I had to go back to see.
Same here.
Shout out to Carl. I had to ask Carl about Sam Howell for real.
Don't talk to Carl about Sam Howell.
Carl just killed him, and it's just like, dang, we drafted this guy. He's not even that good. And then like lately, since the end of last season, knowing that he was going to be the starter, I've watched almost every game he played at North Carolina. Mm-hmm. And he I could see why his first year they was saying he might go number 1 overall. In the second year, how he dropped because he had to do more. Then the third year was just he had to do a lot more because he had nothing.
Nothing.
So with the weapons being gone, he had to do more. Now we're not asking him to do more. We're just asking you to manage the game for now. We're not asking you to win the game. It's gonna be nice. You're gonna go out there and have to come back in the fourth quarter. Like it may be a night when you do got to win the game for us, but that's not like what we're asking for. That's not like, you ain't got to go and do this day in and day out. And as a quarterback, you want that moment anyway. Mm-hmm. And, they say he's not the most vocal person, but he does it. Like, he is a lead by example type guy, which is, it's not bad. I feel like he's going to, develop more vocal as the season go on. But I really do got I got high expectations for Sam Howell. I don't see him like, what was Jalen Hurts' numbers last year as a quarterback? He threw how many touchdowns did he throw? Not run.
Like 20-something.
So I got Sam Howell matching that same number for real. So I don't even understand. I really do have that. I got those numbers. I feel like because of the way the run game is set up, what we have in the run game is going to open up a lot of plays for Sam Howell. It will be a lot of deep balls for Sam Howell this year because he's really good at that. Like he had the most air yards last year of one throw than any quarterback we had throw the ball last year. So Sam Howell, I feel like he's going to be good. Not the best, he's gonna have top 10 numbers, but he won't be a top 10 quarterback next year. I give him top 15. He will have a good season though.
Yeah, and I think I know Mark. You always preach this too. The run game. Eric Bieniemy is a running back coach at heart, and Brian Robinson, man. I think people underestimate the type of season he had last year. We're talking about a dude in his rookie year, not a field of the NFL yet, gets shot, didn't play until week 5 for real, and still almost had 1,000 yards. Well, I'm not gonna say almost. He had like 700 yards, right?
Over 700, 750, something like that.
700. Missing 5 games though. All right, so that's 1,000-yard back if he played it for a season in his rookie year with the terrible offense we had. I watched him against the Giants, averaging 12 yards a carry. It ain't even throw the ball to him again and give him the ball no more. You know, so Brian Robinson's a dog, a motivated, hungry back. You know, and then Antonio Gibson he just got to prove himself this year.
I think Antonio Gibson did enough last season to prove himself. He didn't fumble that one time.
Yeah, he didn't fumble, but he didn't produce last year.
That was his issue, was the fumbling issue. The way I like the way Antonio Gibson run, because sometimes, his vision, he ain't got the best vision in the world, but he looked to see what he can take. And if he was in college, every 6 times he touched the ball, he scored. So I mean, I can't say nothing bad about somebody's vision who does that, like in college. So he didn't even average a lot of catches, a lot of runs. It's just that the 6 times he touched the ball, he scored every time in college. So it was probably a higher number than that, actually. He was just a magnet to the end zone. So he knows lanes.
Mm-hmm. And you about to Mike?
I was gonna say, just speaking on Gibson and Brian, I believe they were saying they're gonna rock with Brian as the starter.
Yeah,
I know Gibson wants to pursue more route running and doing more receiving plays. So I think he would be more considered as the third down back, and which in my eyes, that's actually perfect in a sense, especially with this offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. And then everybody, Jahan Dotson, Terry McLaurin, you talk to any of their receivers, they're being asked, okay, what's the difference between last year and this year? Well, I do want to bring up last year, by the way. Last year, right? Well, I go to last year, next topic. But last year, we were terrible offensively, right? In the passing game. And they're saying, like, this year, every enemy is putting us in situations where we're catching the ball in open space. So, like I said, like, they are going to, like, every enemy understands the talent the receivers have, and we need to use it. I feel like we only used Curtis Samuel like that last year. We put him in open space, and he did his thing. We didn't even use Antonio Gibson like that. Like, which they said we're going to use Antonio Gibson to help, and they didn't even do it last year. Like, Scott Turner, man.
Curtis Samuel was having more touches than a running back. I'm like, what is that?
Curtis Samuel was getting the most touches out of everybody early in the season. When Wentz was a starting quarterback, he was getting the most touches. I'm thinking, like, what's going on? Soon he put Taylor Heinicke in the game. He looked for Terry McLaurin. And that's what I like about Sam Howell. That Cowboys game, his first throw was to who? Terry McLaurin. And it was a touchdown. Oh,
it was a drop. The second one was a touchdown. It was a drop.
Oh, the second one, bad.
Terry McLaurin dropped the first one.
First 2 times.
McLaurin loved what he was talking about now. He was just like, man, the quarterbacks I had in the past, man, I had to like literally kind of slow down and like look for the ball. Well, how I have to really put on my jets and run it down. So he's like, man, this is a plus.
That's literally what I was about to say. If you were on the same page, I was literally about to just say that same thing.
That's like catch he had in training camp. Well, somehow he had to like go forward one hand. He go. All right, I'm ready, man. All right, man. Now we gotta get to the predictions. All right, all the talk is good. All the talk is great. But what pays is the actual prediction you make. All right. So now, whatever we say, y'all, you're gonna be held accountable to whatever you say going forward. It's want to let you know. All right. Yeah, so we gotta make predictions on the season. Where do we see them finishing by the end of this year, 2023?
Mark,
all right, and you said what?
I was going to say, Mark, you want to go first, man? That one.
I can do this one, man. Look,
I want to go first. I ain't go first yet. You can go first.
Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead. I got some.
All right, we throw the schedule up here for y'all.
Woo! Look at this schedule.
All right. So look, by the way, this picture is not brought to you by Refusable Sports. So any copyright thing going on, we ain't taking no credit for nothing. All right, because I ain't cropped nothing out. Here's the schedule of 2023. All right, full schedule. So where do I hold on? This is only the home schedule. I'm tripping.
No, it's got both. It's both. Everybody.
Okay, cool. All right, everybody. All right. So no, I think this is only the home schedule. Yeah,
no, you got everybody.
I do. I got everybody. Okay, cool. Let's get it. All right. So my prediction for this year. All right. I'm gonna break it down. So I feel like our floor. All right, our floor is 9-8. All right. I think, obviously things gonna happen worse than that. You can have injuries to Sam Howell, God forbid. You can have an injury to Terry McLaurin. You just fall to the ground. But I'm talking about with the team we got instructed, we are fairly healthy throughout the year. I think worst case scenario we can go 9-8.
Stop it.
All right.
Get some help.
9-8. All right. So when I look at the schedule, the 9-8 I see. All right. I see wins against the Cardinals, the Broncos, right? The Bears, the Falcons, the Eagles, second time around, the Patriots, the Giants, second time around, the Rams, and the Cowboys, second time around. All right. I can see that like worst case scenario if we are fairly healthy. Now, best case scenario, I do see a 12-5 season. But let me go back to 9-8. I think 9-8 will happen because, like I said, our offensive line issues, and I think that it's going to take chemistry, going to take time for us to gel. All right. But when it comes to the 12-5, that's if we click off Bucks. Like we click from the beginning. I can see a 12-5 season. I mean, the only thing I added was this. I added, sorry, y'all. I added, we beat the Jets. All right, we beat the Jets. We beat the Giants both times, and we beat the Cowboys both times. I'm sorry, Cowboy fans, but look at the schedule. When we play Dallas at the end of the season, last game of the season, and it means something, we normally win that game. And when we play them on Thanksgiving, all right, it normally goes to our favor in recent years. By recent time, we play them on Thanksgiving. So that's why I think that we could possibly sweep Dallas, but I think we'll still split with Philly. Philly is a great team. I think Dallas is a good team too. But that's my best case scenario, 12-5. But I'm gonna roll with 10 wins. I know I said 10 wins last year. I'm gonna say 10-7.
Me, that's a good number because I got us with 11 wins. Reason I do think we sweep the Cowboys. I think we sweep the Cowboys, like good or bad. I think the November 23rd we win. The last game of the season we win. Split with the Eagles.
I want nobody to think I'm going crazy. That's my wife. All right, y'all. Ain't no random trick. All right.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah. So I say we do sweep the Cowboys. I think we do split with the Eagles. I think the Eagles win the first they home game and we win our home game. I think we sweep the Giants too. The Bears we win, Falcons we win, Patriots we win, Seahawks it's gonna be a good one. The Dolphins gonna be a good one. The Rams we win, the Jets gonna be a good one, and San Francisco I think we win too.
Okay.
Yeah, we're pretty solid. Last year, yeah, we're pretty solid. No injuries, barring no injuries or nothing like that. We was with the injuries that we had last year, we was one play away from in 3 games from winning, and we won 8 games. So that's 11 wins right there last season with turmoil. So if everything sits straight, we can get those wins back this season. I got push-ups on the Bears winning. I'll bet that. I'll bet that. I will definitely bet that. I got us beating the Bears. I think our defensive line too good. I think our defense in general is better than everybody we play against. I really think we got the best defense in the league for real. Just top down depth and everything. So I think we out here. The Washington 11 wins this season. I think we got us 11-6. Final prediction. And don't be surprised if we do it a deep playoff run too. So if it happens, we were the scariest team in there.
That's good. All right, Mike.
Man, y'all gonna hate me for this, but I'm nowhere near 11 wins, 10 wins, not even 9 wins. I got us really only winning 7 games this season.
Okay.
I got us winning 7 games this season. And I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna break down the teams I had. So of course, that first game, season over against the Cardinals, I feel like that's a definite dub.
Mm-hmm.
Then we go to Denver. I feel like we should get that dub. Got us lose against the Bills, of course. I actually got us losing that first game against the Eagles. I was a little bit of a question mark on the Bears. Reason being, let's keep this in mind with Washington. We are terrible when it comes to primetime games. We suck at Monday night, Sunday night, and some Thursday nights. That's why they don't have our schedule, as you can see, with a lot of late games. We play a lot of 1 o'clocks. But nevertheless, I gave us a dub for the Bears. Got us winning against the Falcons. We're going to split. I feel like we're going to definitely sweep the Giants this year. Got us beating the Patriots. I don't have us beating the Seahawks. I do not have us beating the Seahawks. That Thanksgiving game against Dallas, I'll chop that up as a dub. I don't got us beating Miami. We're gonna beat the Rams, and then we're gonna lose the last 3.
All right,
This is basically my concern with is going to be on the strength of the offense. I just feel like it's going to be a struggle, and again, it's going to start off real slow. I just feel like we're going to really rely on the hype of what we got with the defense. I think we're going to put a lot of high hopes on the defense to get the offense out of jams. And then in order for us, with this strength of the schedule we have, Washington's going to have to put up points. We said this in the past before. And I'm not talking about a little rinky dink 14 or 21 points. We're going to have to probably put up at least a good 30 plus in order to be able to say we need to win. And that's just based off of how I feel about the offense and the O-line. I just don't see them, having a successful season that everybody is thinking. Yeah, we're high on like all the attributes that came in the offseason, but it's going to take time for that. Again, we always talk about that chemistry to build up in one whole season. So I'm saying that 7 wins. I mean, maybe 9 wins after that, but definitely 7 wins.
I mean, we had 8 wins last year with all of the discombobulation that we had last season, and we got 8 wins. If everything's straight, man, like 3 games we lost by 1 play. So I mean, if it'll be really good if we actually did that. Like if we not 7 wins, but like 11 or 10, if we actually just finish the games, and and our defense is too good to be giving up anything over 25 points a game. So us having to score 30 that's like a ridiculous number, So I feel like if we can score 22 to 24 points a game, that should be more than enough with our defense. Team shouldn't score over 21 points. They really shouldn't. 21 is a stretch. We didn't even average. We didn't allow 21 points last season. As a overall. So I mean, technically it's not a rookie because he beat Dallas last year. So I mean, he in the regular season, and but that was a responsible comment. But we should definitely have more than 7 wins. 7 wins is if the whole team get injured, and that's if everybody get injured. That's 7 wins. I can't. That's low in my opinion, especially after what we did last year with nothing, all the injuries, no quarterback.
All right, Mike. I definitely respect where you're coming from because I know we won 8 games last year. We won 8-1, but you look at the schedule, it was a fairly easy schedule compared to what we expect to be this year. I look at all our wins last year. We beat the Eagles. That was a good team. Okay. We beat the Eagles, and we beat the Cowboys at the end of the season. And I think that's it. As far as like when we beat Jacksonville first game of the season, but that was the first game of the season. All the other wins were to like the Colts, which was a nail biter. Falcons, which was definitely a nail biter. The Packers, who didn't make the playoffs, which was a nail biter. The Bears, which was the ugliest game of the season Thursday night.
Right.
So yeah, I get it. Right now, I would go your route if we came back with Scott Turner and Scott Turner. Basically, we came in with Scott Turner. I would agree with you. Since Ron Rivera has been the coach with Scott Turner as an offensive coordinator, we have averaged 19 points a game, which is 27th in the NFL. Averaged 5 yards per play, which is 29th in the NFL, and a 39 QBR rating, which is 30th in the NFL. I do not expect this ugly offensive performance to happen under Eric Bieniemy. So, for those who don't know, all right, I try not to do this, but I got to pour this card. I'm a Sacramento Kings fan, all right? So, like, for those who know basketball, Mike Brown was the assistant coach for the dynasty, most recent dynasty, the Golden State Warriors. And he could not get a job. He was there for 6 years. He left that team to go to Sacramento, which was the worst job on the market, 16-year playoff drought. But what he brought was a winning culture. He brought a winning culture from day one and turned that team from the worst team, the laughing stock in the NBA, to the top 3 team in the West and having the number 1 offensive rating in NBA history. So I'm not saying Eric Bieniemy going to do that. But what I do see, I see Eric Bieniemy, who was just with the most recent potential dynasty. The Chiefs are the Warriors of the NFL. And he leaves that team because he couldn't get a job, just like Mike Brown, and goes to the worst situation because we had terrible ownership. We know what was going on, all that stuff. Terrible offense. And you are trying to get a job as a black man in the NFL, and you go to this situation? This dude sees somebody, he sees something. And what I've been hearing in training camp was, what I've been hearing in training camp is all of this. I heard that the culture he's installing, he's expecting greatness. Everybody's running to the offensive line. Little stuff like that matters because when the moment happens in the real game, they're going to be prepared for because he's been there. He's preparing for these moments right now. And having Jacoby Brissett right there helping out somehow, I think it's going to make things better too. So I do think we have a top-tier defense. I think our defensive backs got better. Cam Curl is making a focus on turning the ball over. His last 2 years, he got 0 interceptions. And that's why Cam Curl don't get noticed for real. He the best safety in our division, but nobody nationally talking about him because he turned the ball over. But he's making that a direct priority this year. So I think our defense will be good this year still. I just think we'll be a top 5-ish defense. And on top of that, I don't think our offense is going to be as bad as it's been this previous year. So that's why I got us winning 10 games, but our floor is being 9 games. So, you want to add that? All right, that's it. All right, cool.
That's good.
That's good.
Let's get it, man. Let's get it. All right, so look, there you go. All right. So I'm going to do these announcements real quick. Well, let's do this now. I want to do the bold predictions first and then get to announcements. I don't want to mix it in with the last words. So we all going to go around and give one bold prediction for this year. All right? And Mark, we're going to start with you. Should we do Mark last? We do Mark last. Maybe we got to do Mark last, man. Let's do Mark last. Because Mark going to say they're going to distract for everybody else. All right. I'll go first on this one. My bold prediction is Ron Rivera will win Coach of the Year. That's my bold prediction. All right. And I think that's going to happen because they're going to put a focus on last year's season compared to this year's season. So I think because of that, and I think we will be a playoff team in so-called one of the toughest divisions in the NFL. I don't think we're going to shock the world and like win 15 games, but I think we will like overachieve where everybody think we're going to do. A lot of people got us being like a top 5, top 10 lottery pick this year. So I think that because of the expectations, we're going to exceed that he's going to win Coach of the Year. All right, Mike.
Oh, bold prediction.
Do it.
If you ain't got one, that's fine.
That's a good one.
Instead of 7, we're going to win 9 games?
I mean, outside of me saying 7 wins, Commanders might get a wild card spot. Hypothetically speaking, might get get a spot, wild card spot.
I'm with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's better than 7.
Yeah.
Nah, my bold prediction is the defense lead the league in turnovers. I feel like we're gonna have a lot of like sack fumbles and a lot of picks this season. I guess I got 2 bold takes. I got Chase Young being defensive player of the year this year too. So I guess leading the league in turn. I think Chase is gonna be that man this year for that defense. But yeah, there you go. Gasp.
Let's get it. All right, cool. There y'all
Real
go.
quick. I'm gonna just throw this one out there on top of Chase. I'm gonna just go out there for my man Tomo. I think Chase Young might have a better year than Michael Parsons.
Okay.
I'm gonna make that challenge.
We'll get him next time.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw that out there.
Let's get it. Chase Young better year than Michael Parsons. That's big.
Chase Young might be defensive player of the year. If he do defensive player of the year, he better than everybody this year defensively.
That's bold. Listen, I believe in Chase Young, but obviously last time I saw him wasn't last year he looked pretty good, but last time I saw him healthy, it wasn't good. So I believe in him, but let's see it. Let's see it. You know, I'm not gonna predict what another man gonna do. And last time I saw him, it wasn't that good. You know, so I gotta see it. All right, now, but I do believe it. I do believe he's capable of doing it. All right,
I want
go
to
ahead.
ask you something.
Another bold prediction.
Do you see Jacoby playing this season?
I think Sam Howard, as long as he's healthy, I think he's gonna start.
Yeah, I think he's
Jacoby might come. I think Jacoby would come in for like those short games when he do that his famous quarterback sneak. But I think Sam Howard's the guy they're gonna roll with. You know, I think he's gonna have a good year. I think he's gonna have a good year, barring injury. If he get injured, then yeah, Jacoby will come in. He will come in. All right, y'all. There we go. Let's get these announcements. All right. I did a good job with them comments, man. I didn't really look at them. Oh, look. Y'all need to hit that live button. It sounds like y'all all behind. All right, so if you're on, make sure, listen, y'all, Tomo always say, it does cost some change to become a member, but it costs nothing to hit the like button. Hit that like button if you haven't done it yet on all 3 platforms, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Share this video on all 3 platforms because once this is over, they can still go watch this. It's going to be on that platform, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And subscribe. I'm not even looking at the comments. Subscribe and follow on all 3 platforms if you haven't yet. Appreciate y'all for using that comment section. We knew it was gonna be slander. We knew all the trolls. We knew it was coming. Y'all gonna make your own predictions and all that stuff. I'm gonna screenshot a lot of them things. All right, and all y'all accountable to that. But appreciate y'all for using the comment sections. Appreciate all the super chats. All right, that came through today. We appreciate y'all a lot. Every penny, every dime, we appreciate. Right, not asking for it, but we appreciate it. All right, and we got these IG chats right here, y'all. So look, Instagram. On Instagram, listen, man. If you're not part of the chats, you about to miss something crazy tonight.
About to go crazy tonight.
So I already know it's go crazy tonight. So the Instagram chat, there you go. All the Instagram chats right there, all the different sports we actually have a chat for. We give you updates on the latest news on esports before any major platform you have, for us like Bleacher Report, ESPN, etc. All right, we debate in those chats all day, every day, 24/7. There's a conversation going on one of these chats, and a lot of the topics you see on the show get sparked up by the debate. Go check out our last one-on-one. We do one-on-one debates. Our last one-on-one debate we had on the show, Davey Dollars, my man, co-host Davey Dollars, and my bro Vaughn. They came on last week and did a Nick Bosa versus TJ Watt debate. Y'all go check that out and let me know who won that. All right. And so those are IG chats. To be a part of these IG chats, y'all, there's another step you gotta take. You gotta click the link in the description and become a member. All right. Or right next to the subscribe button or subscribed button right in front of you, click that join button right next to that. All right. And so there are 3 tiers. First tier 1, which is pro level. The pro level, $2.99 a month. To be a part of, when you become a pro, you actually get loyalty badges. As you can see, we updated the loyalty badges based on how long you've been with us as far as a member. You can see the updated photo next to your name. All right. We also got customized emojis and GIFs. As you can see, that a lot of people put stop the cap in the comment section. All right. We got You're Done Son. We got Dave Doghouse, Light the Beam, and Stop the Cap as far as customized emojis. Right. Also, with these, you can get into one Instagram chat. So you're a baseball fan, we can throw you in baseball. NBA fan, we can throw you in NBA. One baseball chat, you can actually one chat you can actually join with the pro level. The next level, we got the all-star level. With the all-star level is a tick above the pro level. You get everything you get with the pro, but more. At the all-star level, not only you get the badges and you get into one chat, guess what? We have member-only videos. So we have a member-only video of Tomo being interviewed on how he got started, refused to lose, his background podcasting. Same thing with Dave. Same thing with Teddy. We got one for Carl coming soon and Coach Coon coming soon myself. So, and bombshell, y'all, we talked about this, the crew. We're going to drop member-only videos, raw, uncut. You know what I mean? Like only the members can see that. And we're going to do one right before the NFL season and one right before the college football season and one right before MLB baseball season. So make sure y'all become a member, not just a member, but an all-star member to get access to those videos. All right. And last is the superstar chat. All right, it's a superstar chat. Sorry, with the all-star level, you can also join multiple chats, not just one, but multiple chats. But the superstar level, $9.99 a month, y'all. That's it, $9.99 a month. Superstar chat. Not only you get all the perks from the pro and the all-star level, you can also be on the show. You could be a guest on the show, and you can request a topic. All right. Well, I think that's an all-star level. You can request a topic. But a superstar, you could be not just requested, you could be on the show with the topic. As you can see, we got a lot of people from the superstar level that comes on the show. So, and you could be part of the refuse to lose chat. Now that chat, now we do debates in the NFL, NBA, and all that stuff. But the R2L chat, it gets real in there. All right. A lot of times we in the other chat, we're like, hey y'all, we gotta take this to the R2L chat. And we just wrote, So, and it comes with perks. We give out awards at the end of the year. Shout out to our winners. I get a shout out to the MVP. Shout out to J-Mo. He won MVP this last year. All right. So we give out awards, trophies, and all that stuff. So if you want to know more about that, check out the award show we got. All right. And that's all the levels. So pro, all-star, superstar. And lastly, shout out to BWT. All right, BWT, Baseball with Teddy. I know it's a lot of stuff I'm talking about, y'all. Shout out to BWT, Baseball with Teddy. All your baseball content goes through this. A new episode just dropped today. All right. Y'all saw that fight, right? I know y'all saw that fight do get dropped in the baseball field. Teddy talked about that today. So make sure you go listen to that episode. And you know you got to talk about his Yankees, right? Start spreading the news. If you're in the baseball chat, you know what I'm talking about. So shout out to BWT. Our other show we got, college football and college basketball talk. Carl Talking College, CTC. New episode dropped Saturday. Tomorrow, another episode is dropping. Shout out to Asa. That was on the last episode. Asa and Carl killed the last Saturday. Carl bringing y'all, Carl bringing y'all straight college sports knowledge. All right, this Tuesday. So make sure y'all tune in live too tomorrow at 7 p.m. And the last show we got is FFC, Fantasy Football with Coach Coons. All right. Now, Coach texted me during the show, hey, Joe, I'm about to go record. He actually making an episode for y'all right now that should be dropping sometime tonight, all right, or tomorrow. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that. The first episode from last week is online. You can go and check that out. He destroyed that episode, giving y'all tips for the upcoming fantasy leagues, all right? So there you go, all the shows that we had so far on Refuse to Lose. And look, y'all, don't blink because more are coming. All right, so let's get our last words. I'm going to kick it off. Shout out to Scary Terry. Shout out to the Pivot. Go listen to that Pivot episode with my man Scary Terry. Promise you're going to become a fan. But Commanders, I believe in y'all. I know Mike got y'all winning 7 games. Mark got y'all winning 13. Listen, anything can happen, 10 games, man. Just give me 10 games, and I'll be excited. But more is always better. Shout out Coach Rivera. I know we had a rocky relationship, but you are a leader of men. I will give you that. And shout out to Eric Bieniemy for setting the tone this whole off season to set us up for victory season. And I can't end it with hashtag Swiper MVP season. Like the bee. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, man. First of all, man, hopefully they prove me wrong this year, but I'm looking forward to the season. Much excitement over the offseason up till now. I'm looking forward to what this offense can do. I'm more excited about our defense, how we're going to turn that ball over and, make some plays. So I'm just super excited for this season. Like I said, hopefully they prove me wrong and win more than 7 games. So, but also I also want to say, Joe, man, it's an honor being on here, man. You come a long way with this, from just starting it off, and where it is now and how it's grown, man. Much blessings to you. And, sky's the limit from here. You only go up from here. So, man, keep it going, man.
Thank you. God is good.
All the time. But last words is Joe, thank you for letting me come up. All I gotta say is go Commanders. I got us to winning 11 games, not 13. But I'm gonna say shout out to Kevin, man. Thank you for keeping the chat alive. And everybody hates your team. So I just shout out to Kevin. Everybody hate the Eagles because of Kevin. And I don't even hate the Cowboys as much as I did. Or the Giants.
Right.
It's all smoke for the Eagles. So like it's all smoke for the Eagles, man. That's it.
Let's go.
That's it.
Shout out to Kevin. All right, shout out to Kevin. All right, y'all. That's all we have for y'all today. We appreciate y'all, and we'll see y'all at the next episode. Peace. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.